J-Star, also known as the Infamous One. I'll be hosting the Infamous Kids podcast, where you can watch live at S.STREET Media YouTube. I'm going to have Sosa here to explain more or less of what I'm going to be doing throughout the podcast. He's from 1718 Collective, and...
Well, thank you. My name is Sosa from the 1718 Collective. I'm here just to help J-Star out with her show called the Infamous Kids Podcast. First of all, I'd like to say it's an honor to be a part of your first show. I'd like to say congratulations.
Thank you.
For the people who don't know who J-Star is, who is J-Star?
Well, I'm a role model, and I always want to keep that because I have beautiful nieces and nephews that I always inspire. And I want to keep doing that. I want to show other kids. I want to do this kids art gallery. And I'm an artist. I've been an artist since I was a kid. So it gives me such a joy, such pleasure to work with them. I work better with them. So I want to, I want to see the views. I want to see what inspires them. I want to see how can I help them more. I just want to do more for them.
Gotcha. So that's what your show will actually be about. So we're going to get into what the podcast itself is about. And the podcast is called The Infamous Kids Podcast. So overall, what would you be talking about on a daily basis on the podcast?
Well, I want to get into trending topics. I'm also going to be doing DIYs. Science projects with them, keep their mind going, educational things, keep them off the games, off the TikTok. I want them to express themselves a little bit more than being somebody else's follower. I want them to be their own person, be their own people. I want the kids to be, the kids are the future. You gotta start right with them, start them now.
So we got into a little bit of who J-Star is. You gave him a gist of that. We got into what the Infamous Kids Podcast is going to be about. But now, can we let the people know how long you've been an artist and some of the things you've done as an artist?
I've been, like I said, drawing since I was in kindergarten. I started doing kids shows 2014, I believe.
No, but you as an artist, what have you been doing before you got into it with the kids, doing art with the kids?
Oh, I always painted. I'm a tattoo artist. I was doing paintings and art gallery shows as well. I do a lot of shows with Pancakes and Booze. I did some with you guys. I just did one last week with you guys. I also host a lot of Sip and Paint. Yeah, so
would it be some of, what are some of the projects you plan on doing with the kids? Or actually before we even get into some of the projects you're thinking about doing in the future, what are just some of the projects that you've had? Because I know together we worked on a Sip and Paint with the kids.
Yes.
So people that are not familiar or haven't been to a Sip and Paint with kids, what would that experience be like? How do you provide that experience?
Well, I usually go by themes, so Halloween, Christmas. I do a lot of, I also give them a little gift. Give them something to do memory. Give them a little bond, make them want to be creative. They want to, I did something. And painting
some of the gifts that you gave them in the past? Just so people get a visual in their head.
So many, I make their own custom design. I give them T-shirts, stickers. I gave them paintings, clothing. I also do clothing. I did some for babies, infamous kids. So yeah, anything when it comes with the kids, clothing. I do a lot of anything that they want. A lot of pizza parties, a lot of mocktails for the kids. So yeah.
So what are some of the upcoming shows that you have planned for kids, or some of the ideas that you have?
Well, right now I'm looking for kids from the age 5 to 15 who does painting, who does singing, poetry, skateboarding, open mics for them. I want, do what I do with the adults for the kids, and I want them, do it. Like I want to invest in getting a gallery for them. So that's what I'm looking into doing now.
If there's parents right now that's watching this or listening to this, how would they be able to have their kids involved with that? Should they go through your Instagram?
Yeah,
their
well,
email for them?
My Instagram is _JStar_1_. My email is jstar79@gmail.com. Call anytime. You can call me at 347-407-0560.
So any parents out there, that's the best way. Definitely reach out to her. She's definitely had some dope events with the kids. I've worked with her for a while, so I definitely will recommend that. Let's get into some of the other stuff that you do. You already spoke about doing some of the merch with the children, but what is some of the merch that you do? Because you actually have like a dope logo. You have like an eye with a triangle.
My eye is the eye of the beholder. So I have a different perspective of things, so that's what it means, not the Illuminati eye that everybody always think it is. And you have the kids like, no, that's a bad eye. No, it's how I see things.
Gotcha.
Different perspective. That's exactly what that eye of the beholder means. And I want to get the kids' perspective of life, how they see things. Some of them think they're grown, some of them are a little immature, they need a little guidance, so try to be headstrong with that.
So the logo also incorporates the kids, so the eye is something.
Watching them, the perspective is all about perspective.
Gotcha. So what are some of the merches that you have? Because I know in the past you have hats before. Have you done T-shirts?
I have done hats, gullies. I've done T-shirts. I'm working on some sweatpants and some shorts now for the kids.
I know recently you came out with some patches too.
Patches, yeah, I have patches. I'm still trying to figure out. I need an embroidery.
Gotcha.
So I could get into that too. And yeah, kids, I let them do their own tie-dye. That would be one event, that we're going to be doing. Mm-hmm. Tie-dye. Kids love to tie-dye, create their own little fashion, and they want to be into differentness,
So besides doing your merch, you want to start having projects with merch with the kids. And you already incorporated it, like you said earlier. You already incorporated it in some of the shows, but the shows is going to be more the kids making merch instead of it just being a segment.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Where was you raised?
Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn to Queens, Pennsylvania to New Jersey. I'm all over the place, but Brooklyn.
How's been your experience as an artist being raised in Brooklyn?
Struggling. I wasn't always, oh, you're a dope artist, what are you doing? What is that? Why you use those colors? You should have did this. Started looking at other people's work. I started seeing their charisma, their style. And I'm like, I just like to be bright. I love bright colors. Even tattooing. I love anything with bright color bombing. So that's my thing now. So I want to do a lot of glow in the dark. So I want the kids to paint their little shirts, design their shirts, make a little logo for them, and have their stuff going out.
So also, with doing the projects with the kids, I know you're a big advocate of mental health awareness for kids. How would you be incorporating that with the show?
I want the kids to know more, get in touch more with themselves, who they are, and give them something to do, something to keep their mind busy. If they need someone to talk to, I'm always here. They want to get into a project, get them. That's what I do. Like when I go crazy, I go into my depressed mode. I paint, I draw, and it's like a weight lifted off. So why not inspire the kids to do that? Take that out of them. Give them something to do.
So art has been very therapeutic for you, and you basically want to pass that down to the next generation.
Art saved my life, because if it wasn't for me drawing, if I could draw all day, every day, I will. But yeah, it's definitely my passion.
So you went from drawing to doing canvases, and then you got into tattooing. No, when I met you, you was doing tattooing.
I was tattooing. I do custom framing, Like, if I know it connects, I want to like keep connecting, keep going. Like, if I know I could paint, I can make it into a frame. I build the frame. I want to teach the kids that. There's also on Sundays they have Home Depot for the kids workshop. I want to do that with my nephews. You know, like I love stuff like that. I want to get into other places that they do things with kids, get them involved. You know.
I know that's something that we talked about. That's actually going to be one of the aspects of your show is basically letting your audience know what things will be going on in the neighborhood, on the community for the kids.
Yes.
So you just touched on one, Home Depot. I know we spoke earlier about Michael's. You wanted to get into
Yes.
that?
Michael's, I used to do the kids' classes there. Since COVID happened, I lost out on that bag, and it was such a joy for me. Every Saturday, I would teach the kids. I would create something with them. It wasn't always painting. I would create. I would make a unicorn out of cups, make jewelry, beads. You know, it's just you got to see how excited they get. So I want to keep that going forward.
And I know you also going to be touching base on some educational stuff for the kids, as well as you'll be doing some DIYs. You want to get into that?
Yes, I'll be doing some for parents to do with the kids, you know, keep motivated because the kids sometimes, when you don't have the parents with you, what's the point? You know, the parents is always your number one fan, so it's not always teaching the kids. Got to teach the parent too how, you know, got to express them perspective because you got to see how the kids see things too. And sometimes the kids won't say it, so let them express it. You will see it in a painting. You will see in a picture of what they take. It's got to look.
What are some examples? Because I know, like, in my experiences, you could tell, like, certain colors kids use, who they draw in their family, who they don't draw. What are some examples that you probably came across?
Well, with colors, it's just like, yeah, like the movings. If you see someone coloring always dark, pay attention to that, you know. I used to draw like that, but I'm more so into horror. So I got in trouble one time. I drew me or a little kid with a knife, bloody, but I saw a movie and, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to misconstrue what kids express. That it's just something that they saw. They just want to, oh, it's nothing. It can be something because another kid might see it differently and might take that, like, I feel like killing myself. It's a lot of that. A lot of kids that want to live, and that's why the parents got to be, you know, a little bit more into their kids' lives.
But these are some of the conversations you'll be having, so we're just touching base on it now, but I know that's one of the ways that you, actually, one of the things that you want to touch on. What is some of the, what do you have planned for the podcast, like in the next couple of weeks? What can your audience expect from the podcast?
I want to have my niece as a guest. She's going to introduce her little work of art with the slime. I guess that's what all the kids started out their first business with, the slime. One thing I used to hate doing in Michael's was the slime. But I learned so much how, oh, you put this, you put more of that, you put more of this. Like, they felt like they were doing something important. They felt needed. They felt like, oh, I could do this. So I want to encourage that. And so she'll be, you know, expressing that. I will probably have a couple more kids, depending on who wants to speak. I have another child that wants to do body lotions and wants to do more, like, I guess, supplies, hair supplies. You know, she's only 9 years old. So I want to encourage all of that.
So this is a platform for creative kids or kids that want to be creative. So if there's other people that fall in that category, could they also reach out through you, through your Instagram or your email?
Yes.
To get an interview if they have stuff going on?
I'm definitely recruiting kids right now because, like I said, I'm going to be opening up a kids gallery. So the more artists I have now, or we could either start training. I would love that. So like I said, looking for poets, little painters, builders, singers, anything that they feel like, little hustler, they got the little own merch, yeah, come on over and give me a call. And again, you could call me at 347-407-0560. My email is jstar79@gmail.com. Instagram is _jstar_1_.
So we basically ran through the gist of most of the stuff that you're going on the show. We spoke about who J-Star is. We spoke about the Infamous Kids podcast, what it would be about. We also spoke about you being an artist. I want to get into that a little bit more, just so people get familiar with you. You're a Brooklyn-based artist. You're a tattoo artist. You've done canvases. You've been in shows. I know you've been in a very popular show, which was Pancakes and Booze, which you said earlier.
Yes.
What has been your experience there? Like, 'cause I know you have collections of work.
Yes, I definitely have a collection of a lot of work. I have the Inspired Kids. I have logos of each of my niece and nephew, which I should be upgrading soon. I also have man, it's a lot.
No, then also, how would people, if people want to collaborate with you as far as artists, because I know you've done collaborations with people in the past. I've known you worked with me. I've known you worked with people like Crystal Rose. I know you worked with a lot of different people. Do you have time to still do collaborations with artists?
I do. I love to collaborate. I love to, to see new skill, to see different. I love to, I would love to collaborate with, again, just keep
This is the host of the show. I want people to get to know you a little bit more. So I want them to know your stories. So they know that you're from Brooklyn. They know about your artistry. They know what you're doing for the kids. Would it be some of the first things that you'll be starting off with your show? Like, what do you have coming up in the near future? Do you have an event for kids, or would your next episode be your next project?
Oh yeah, I'm having a sip and paint on Saturday for kids. Bring your moms on Mother's Day. Sip and paint.
Where's that going to be at?
That's going to be at 6512 Metropolitan Avenue, Middle Village. It's going to be from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Every kid gets a little champagne cup full of ginger ale and gummy bears. So yeah, and then the mother definitely get I believe a mimosa or sangria, whatever they like. But that will be this Saturday.
And what would be the entry fee for that?
The entry is $30. It comes with the drink and it comes with the supplies.
And what time it starts until what time?
It starts from 2 to 5 p.m.
Okay.
Saturday, March 13th.
Gotcha. You said the date?
May 13th.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So is there anything else that you want to touch base on?
Can't wait to, start with the kids, and I can't wait to open up this gallery and see the inspiration that these kids have. I want to get into more mental awareness with them. I want to get into what bothers them, what inspires them. Pretty much, yeah.
So,
where did you get the name Infamous Kids?
The Infamous Kids is definitely the way, my perspective of how I'm going to, how I'm going to inspire them. So the Infamous Kids is, I got it because of my nieces and my nephews. So I want to extend and keep it going. So.
For the people that don't know, this is mathematics, and we're so glad that you brought your idea and your podcast to us. You're a dope artist. We've been working with you for a long time. You have some pieces behind you. Can you speak to me about some of the pieces that you have behind you?
Well, my latest piece was for your anniversary last week was the Nipsey Hussle. And again, I go by theme, so if we open mic was the event, anniversary, so I figure, I still have another tribute that I'm going to be doing, take over, but this is the first one. Then definitely my glow in the dark paintings, my black light painted ones will always be my favorites. And basically it's not my banner, but it's my banner. Comes and glows with me. I do a lot of Beautiful Monsters, which is personal friends of mine that taught me, or basically inspired me in a way that I had to express my appreciation towards them. They're all beautiful ladies, so whether they taught me a lesson or they inspired me. So there goes one. Another one, I like painting that is 3D. So I like to add a lot of stuff onto my painting. I add flowers. If it's something like a mother, I add, basically all my paintings is different media based. I work with resin art. I do a lot of wood work, acrylic, oils. I like to mix with my acrylic to make the blend look smoother. But I don't mess with the oils.
What medium do you choose to work with the most? What's your favorite medium?
Acrylic on wood. I love working with wood.
Why wood? Pause.
The way the way it just blends is easier. Like one or two coats is already done. On the canvas, I gotta keep going over. Like it's faster working on wood, and it looks more presentable on wood.
Who's some of the artists that influenced you?
Some of the tattoo artists that I work with, my mentor Gage, which started my sleeve, such a dope artist. But the one that really got me with the marker and the pen was my uncle. May he rest in peace. Summy Love. Remember when I was 5 years old? That was when I really started with the whole art game. I saw him drawing and painting Lionel from Thundercats.
Dope character.
And 80s baby. So he's drawing that, and it looked just like the damn thing. Like, it looked just like him, and I'm a kid, so I'm thinking, my uncle's the best.
I want to do that.
Yeah, like, how you did that? I didn't know you could make that happen. Like, I thought it was only on TV. So he's explaining to me, you use this, or you blend this, or you, so, a little bit more old school back in the days, but because of that, and thank God he left me that before he passed, because this is where I'm at now. And I want to give that back. Like, teach these kids, the way I was taught.
So you repeating that process that happened between you and your uncle. Yes. Do you feel that art can change someone's life for the positive?
Definitely. Definitely, because it changed mine. So many times that I don't want to do things and I get moody, I'm on medication, that let me just do a quick sticker. Let me just draw something real quick. Let me just rough draft something. And boom, my mood is gone.
Do art ever frustrate you? Like, I know, like, as a person who draws also, do you ever be, creating something and it doesn't actually, manifest the way you want it to manifest, and you just be like, yo, I gotta change this. What I'm doing wrong?
Every single piece. Every single piece. I always feel like I could do more with every piece of mine. It's always on the time frame that I always gotta make sure, it's done. But if I could, I see people that do masterpieces that take 10 years. I want to do a masterpiece. I know I gotta take that time, but I'm such fast with it, But I always feel like I can do more with my art. I'm never satisfied. I'm my worst critique.
What's the biggest piece you ever done?
I did a 30 by 40, and it was like a whole bunch of kids going to school, but these were kids that passed. So it was like a graduation of all the high school students that didn't make it.
Wow.
So it was a lot. It was when, you know, a lot of the kids was getting killed, police brutality. So I was doing a lot of that.
Did you sell the piece?
Definitely.
What was the number on that one?
Huh?
What was the number on that one? How much you sold it for?
1,200.
Whoa, congratulations, man.
Yeah, I was in the city. It was one of those. It was a private event too. It was in Soho. I remember. Con Artists, I believe, collective. I did a lot with them. They was the one that took me out of my sticker game too, and then I ended up doing Invasion of the stickers too.
Shout out to
Yes.
Rocket. Artist wise, have you ever came across an artist that really and touched you in a point that you gotta go once you leave the gallery or wherever their work was showing, you gotta go home and produce something yourself?
Oh, I definitely got a couple of artists. My number one artist is Gwen Styles. When it comes to portrait, anything realistic, I look like he is such a dope artist. So I definitely get inspired off of him, and I feel like, let me see if I could do this. So I start painting more, and practice makes perfect.
Being around kids and working with kids, do you find it to be an easy process to work with kids? Have you ever been around unruly kids,
It's not always an easy process. It's more of I'm more passionate with it. Like I wanna be more, more involved with the kids. But definitely I have kids that wanna be, no, I don't wanna do this. No. Let me get this, let me color with this person. Yeah, I worked at Michael's. I have very disrespectful kids. But I just knew how to tune them out. And all right, go ahead, do it.
So for that one child that might be a little bit troublesome?
I let them be them. I just don't pay mind to it. I don't entertain it. Then they get bored. Then they see everybody else paying attention. Then they start doing it too. I think I had one with you guys too. One kid wanted to paint some other stuff, and at the end he was like, "Is it good? Am I painting it right?" I was like, "Yeah, you go ahead." And I made it look more of a monster because it was a Halloween event. So yeah, like let them be.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Children are complex, and they do what they want to do sometimes. As long as you control the environment, you're good.
Now, when they get too out of hand and they get it real disrespect, that like you gotta get out. That's it. Like you punish. Don't even come back. But you gotta know when. If it's not to the point that's disrespecting, then go ahead, do what you gotta do. Let them express themselves. That's their perspective of how they want to see that event.
Have you ever met an artist that is like a genius, like advanced in art? Like off the rip, like when you meet them, the first time they paint, they painting like fly.
Oh, that a couple of people definitely paint fly. But I feel as an artist, there's always room to improve. I feel like it's always more to create. It's a learning process.
Definitely is. Have you ever tried sculpting?
Not really. That's probably like the only thing I haven't really got into. I want to get into pottery, but
I could see some of these characters like sculpted also, especially the woman with the green hair. I could see that being like made into a sculpture.
I definitely wanted to get into making Barbie dolls. I definitely wanted. I got a couple of barbs that I gotta just take out their makeup and make the beautiful monsters into them. Definitely, it's just a lot of intricate pieces to work with, and very detailed, very intricate. But yeah,
When it comes to your you selling art, um, who is your customer base like? What is that type of person that's usually your customer? Is it a certain type of person?
anybody that loves different, like everybody say I'm a weirdo. I'm weird. I do things weird, and those are always the people. Oh, I'm a weirdo. I love your art. Those are the ones that buy. Not the one that says I'll support you. It's the one that calls me a weirdo. They watching my work. They see it's different. It's a different perspective. That's what I want to show. I want to be like another artist just like them. So looking at another artist, I learn from them. But I don't be like,
Have you ever came across someone who didn't like your work?
many. Oh yeah. That's growing pains over life. I have people in my family that think I'm not a great artist, so I get that.
How is your family when it comes to supporting what you're doing?
They support me. They just feel like growing up they just felt like painting, drawing, that's what you're gonna be doing. It took me years of art, different shades of art for them to respect that. Yeah, they support me now. But it wasn't always like that. But through it all, they do love what I do. Gotta respect it. It's what I do, always been.
You know what's funny about family? Sometimes they're the last to tap in with the person. Sometimes it takes the world to be screaming your name before the family actually fuck with you.
Of course.
You know, what's your background nationality wise?
I'm Puerto Rican.
I went to Puerto Rico 2 years ago. They have a nice art scene over there. Very, very cultural
Okay.
art scene. And I'm talking about in the street. I never went to a museum or nothing
part
like
was
that.
that?
I was in San Juan.
Okay.
And like street wise,
Yeah, it's nice.
it's nice. It's nice, man. Do you do any of your work reflect your heritage? Have you ever did any work that reflects that?
I have, yeah. I even have done tattoos or custom designs of, definitely. I even got a little weed plant with the Puerto Rican flag on it.
You gotta put the coquille, right? You gotta put the coquille on there.
Yeah, I gotta put them somewhere too, of course. But yeah.
I just find like Puerto Rico is so rich in the arts. Like there's a poet I follow by the name of Miguel Pinheiro.
Okay.
And dope poet. But a New York Rican, but definitely connected to the people of the island. Really dope poet, man. Another person, I'm a fan of Spanish music. I love Hector Lavoe. You know what I mean? Another person very much connected to that. A New York Rican also, but also very connected to the island. But as a Puerto Rican artist, do you see people like yourself out in the commercial art world? Do you ever see a Puerto Rican artist, getting their shine on, getting their respects?
That I know personally.
No, not personally, but like just in general. Do you see, as a black creative, especially I do media, I look for people that look like me doing what I do, and especially ones that are successful. So you can see someone being successful in what you're doing. Is there any role models or anybody that you see out there that's Puerto Rican, that's really doing their thing, you be like, yo, I like what they doing.
Puerto Rico. The only one I can think about is Bad Bunny because he's a great artist, you know, and he definitely put Puerto Rico on the map. So definitely I would try to be a millionaire like that, you know, keep going, and try to be seen like that. Worldwide, yes.
Do you ever get frustrated with being an artist?
Yes, all the time.
What do you do when that frustration comes into your soul?
Besides smoking it out, just...
We both do that.
Yeah, well, if I'm not going to paint, I'm going to write. If I'm not going to write, I'm going to color. I'm going to do something that is, keep it in the same family, but, I don't like to stay dark in a long period of time, so I keep myself busy with little things, fast things. That's why I do a lot of DIYs. That's why I want to do that with the kids. Fast stuff. Oh, I did something. It made my brain felt like, ooh, I did something positive, productive. So,
who is J-Star outside of the artist? Who is J-Star outside of the artist?
Well, I always love to inspire. I always, if you're crying, I'll be that shoulder to lean on. I'm not gonna cry back with you understand? But like, I like to be the helping friend, the shoulder to lean on, the one to speak to, the one they could trust, the one they could confide in. I feel like if you could trust me, you could talk to me and take away your feels a little bit. Come on,
What was the last good movie you seen?
I'm not gonna lie, Mario with my nephew.
Yo, I gotta see that Mario.
Why? I saw it twice. I saw my first in PA, and then I saw it 3D official. And you're a Mario head, so you gotta. I think it was more for us because I remember every little piece of Mario Land and Super Mario 3. Me and my brother, like, oh yeah. It was more for us though. It was a dope movie. You definitely gotta see it.
Yo, I gotta see that. I seen the commercial on YouTube and shit. I was definitely like, wow.
It was dope.
What is it anything from that movie? If you could draw something from that movie, what would you draw from that movie?
My favorite character, Toad, being invincible that he is.
You got to do that. We got to. You know the people. You know the people. What you call it? Would love to see a giant toad, man.
All right.
That'd be fire, man. That'd
Definitely.
be fire.
And that'd be my next one.
I gotta see that movie, man. You got me hyped about seeing that. I gotta go. I gotta see Mario, man.
No, it was good.
Other than watching movies, what is J-Star doing? I know you're smoking the finest of the fine, stuff like that. We don't want to really go deep into into that area because it's an adult/kid show.
Yeah, so I consider my meditation away from the kids. I do that before I start anything away from anything. So, nah, that don't combine.
They don't mix. They don't. Yeah, that's a fact. Should we be expecting some new work from you?
Definitely.
Any shows coming up? What should we be expecting?
Well, like I said, I have one next Saturday, May 13th, at Shockmount Studios at 6512 Metropolitan Avenue. It's from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So all the kids, bring your mommy out, celebrate Mother's Day, and have a nice little ginger ale with some gummy bears, and mommy can have your mimosas.
What's on the itinerary for that night or that day?
Just sip and paint. I'm gonna have my friend she has some chocolate dip strawberries from little bottles with them. Something simple, sip and paint.
How do you work the sip and paint? Do you have art already done already, or do you allow the person to paint whatever if they want to paint?
It different. It depends on people like to draw on their own. They want to be, oh, I don't know how to paint, so I don't want you to look at me. So I'm not trying to hear that. Like I said, paint whatever you want, but I definitely do have themes, but it's your choice. But you will be painting.
What's some of the themes you have?
I have a lot of smoke and paint themes. So that's a bad one. For the kids, I did one for the Girl Scouts in Middle Village, and we did what's that character? The Grinch.
Okay.
With the little ornament. I also did Nightmare Before Christmas, the Jack Skellington with the little kids. That I do dolls. I paint little dolls. I have a whole bunch of little Nightmare Before Christmas little kids.
Yo, who's the person who made that movie? Nightmare Before.
Tim Burton. Yes.
Tim Burton movies are some of the best movies. I think he did Edward Scissorhands,
yes.
Right? He definitely did Edward Scissorhands. What's another Tim Burton movie? He got great movies, classics.
Addams Family? No, not Addams Family.
He did do one of the Addams Family, I think.
Wednesday was like he's doing.
Wednesday.
He's gonna do Beetlejuice. That I'm.
Oh wow.
That. Yeah, he's definitely. He's definitely a dope artist that I definitely
connect with.
Yes, definitely. I like his.
It's dark. It's dark, but
fun.
Fun. Yeah, he's definitely funny in that dark spirit.
He has his own view, his own style, his own ways of, that's what I love about an artist. Their own critique. Like if they got their own flow, I respect that.
How you feel about my man? Who's the person who plays in most of these Tim Burton movies? What's his name?
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, are you a Johnny Depp fan?
Only when he's playing a Tim Burton movie, because I never saw the whatever he does.
So, Sosa left. I took over the interview. Shout out to 1718 Sosa from the 1718 Collective, man. Is there any last words you want to say to your audience? Anything you want to say to the people that will be watching you? Because I know you're going to have a lot of people following you. You are a super cool and everyone loves you.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say to your audience?
No, yes, I will be recruiting your kids. I want to, introduce painting, DIYs of, let's just say, my own infamous science projects with the kids. I want to do more with that, touch base with that, more hands-on stuff. They paint, if they do poetry, if they do jewelry, they have a little clothing line they want to get out there, send them over. Like I said, my Instagram is _JStar_1_. My email is jstar79@gmail.com. You can always call me, text me at 347-407-0560. I would love to meet all the kids and see what they got going for this summer.
What's some of the you said it earlier, but what's some of the topics we should be expecting from the Infamous Kids podcast?
Well,
to reiterate it.
The little born hustlers are gonna have demonstrating their little hustle. I'm gonna be talking about mental awareness, what bothers them, want to get more in touch with themselves, how they feel, how see things. Want to keep them motivated, want to keep them inspired. So topics that's going to keep them intrigued.
Make sure y'all follow J-Star, aka the infamous one. Make sure you tap in on her on Fridays. We're going to be uploading the YouTube joint tonight. Make sure you like, comment, and share. If there's anything that you want J-Star to talk about, please write that in the comments. DM her any questions that you want her. DM her some questions. DM her some topics. She is open to talk about a lot of important issues. She's got a dope podcast coming up soon that will be dealing with sexuality and our children. Very important topic that's happening right now. She just want to approach it delicately and correctly. So that's probably going to be like her 4th episode. Make sure you tap in with that. We got a lot of events coming up with her. So make sure y'all tap in with that. I'm Mathematics. My man World of Runway walked in. He's in the background here too. You heard J-Star. What you want to say to close out?
I'll be looking forward. Stay blessed, guys.
That was a fuck up.